Hello, hello, hello. Last lesson we were practicing mostly with the distributive property when there were two terms inside the parentheses. Now check it out. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 terms. It's the same thing. We could have 10 terms in there and we just keep say hi, multiply. We'd keep multiplying every term by 2. So just it's not really much different than our last lesson, just adding that extra term. So again, we're treating the parentheses like a house. And the 2's coming in, and it's got to say hi and multiply with every term in there. So first 2 comes in, says hi to 3x. 2 times 3x is 6x. And whenever you have a plus or a minus, it goes down. 2 times 4 is 8. Notice how also when we were doing the combining like terms, you can also think of this as a -4. 2 times -4 is -8. Or you can just drop down the symbol. I'm going to drop down my addition sign, and then I'm going to have 2 times 5y. 2 times 5 is 10. That makes 10y. Now I'm going to just check to see if I have any like terms here that I can combine. 6x, that's an x term. -8, that's a constant. Plus 10y. They're all different. X, constant, y. That's as much as I can do to simplify that on this problem. Okay, I have another really great one for you. Oops, my pen is bleeding through. I'm going to take this one underneath out so that it doesn't get ruined. Okay. -4 times the quantity of 2c minus 5 plus 6d. Okay, same idea. I've got a negative outside here. That just means that I'm going to have to multiply everything here. Okay, -4 times positive 2c. Well, -4 times 2, a negative times a positive, but the signs are opposite. That means that my product is negative, and it's -8c. -4, I can treat that like a -5, or I can do drop down the minus and do -4, drop down my minus. -4 times 5 is -20. That's going to turn into a plus. Remember when you have subtracting a negative, it turns into adding a positive. If I had just done -4 times -5, again, that operation symbol, the plus or minus, determines the sign of the number after it. So -4 times -5, I would get +20. So I get the same thing every time. But it's really good to kind of think of that mathematical symbol traveling with the number after it, especially when you get to combining like terms. Okay, -4 times +6d. That's going to be, I'm going to drop down my plus, -24d. Or I could have just said -24d. So I'm going to simplify this a little bit. I can't combine my c, my constant, and my d term, but I can go 8c. I can clean up these symbols here. That minus turn it into a plus. In other words, 8c plus 20 plus -24d. This is algebra. We want to get rid of clutter. Adding a negative is the same thing as just subtracting that number, -24d. And that's my most simplified answer. One more. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be so much fun. All right. I don't know if you guys can kind of make a prediction of how it's going to be different this next time. Notice that there's 2 p's inside the parenthesis. I have a -2p and a -p. That -p is like -1p, right? Because when you have just a variable, it means just one of it. All right. So I think I'm going to get to combine like terms when I'm getting in the simplifying process. 3 times 2p, that's 6p. Drop down my plus. 3's got to go in, say hi, and multiply with 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And then, oops, I'll drop down my symbol. Drop down my minus. 3 times 1p is 3p. Now check this out. 6p plus 12 minus 3p. I see I have like terms here and here. And whenever I have like terms, let's get this really succinct, really concise. Let's combine them to make this a shorter expression. 6p take away 3p. You're going to be left with 3p, and plus 12 is still there. It doesn't get to combine with anybody. Maybe next time 12. That's my final answer. Look at how long this was. By using the distributive property, we could get it down to here, right? It makes it a lot shorter. By using the distributive property, it makes it easier to combine like terms and make a more concise expression or equation. All right, thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that.